Hello everyone, my name is Paul Garay from Group 3 and we're going to talking about searching and sorting the algorithms. First of all, what is the importance of searching in data structures? The answer is searching is essential because it helps locate specific information within the dataset, allowing us to access, update, or remove data efficiently. Second up, why is sorting necessary before performing a binary search? Binary search requires the list to be ordered because it relies on dividing the data into halves, which only works correctly when the elements follow a sorted sequence. Number 3. Differentiate between linear search and binary search. Linear search checks each element one by one from the beginning until it finds the target, while binary search looks for the target by repeatedly dividing a sorted list into two halves, make it much faster. Number 4. What is the meant of divide and conquer and algorithms? Divide and conquer means breaking a problem into smaller subproblems, solving each one, and then combining the results efficiently. Number 5. When is interpolation search more efficient than binary search? Interpolation search performs better when the data is evenly spaced and sorted, as it predicts the approximate location of the value instead of always checking the middle. Now let's move on to part 2, the laboratory exercises. Number 1. Which algorithm executed faster? The answer is interpolation search is theoretically the fastest to your given array, followed by binary search, and linear search is the slowest. Number 2. What happens if the array is not sorted in binary or interpolation search? If the array is not sorted, binary search and interpolation search will fail and may return the wrong result, while linear search will still work correctly. Number 3. In what type of dataset would interpolation search perform best? Interpolation search performs best on large, sorted datasets with values that are uniformly distributed. This particular spacing allows it to estimate the key's position accurately and operate faster than binary search. Now that we're done with activity 1, let's move on to activity 2 titled Implementing Sorting Algorithms. Number 1. Which algorithm was the easiest implement? Selection sort is the easiest implement because its logic is simple and it requires fewer steps and less complex control so compared to bubble sort and insertion sort. Number 2. Which algorithm was the fastest? Insertion sort was the fastest algorithm among the three, especially for small datasets like your 10-element array. Number 3. What is the time complexity of each sorting method? Number 1 is the bubble sort, number 2 is exhaustion sort, and the number 3 is selection sort. We're done with activity 2. Let's move on to the final activity named performance comparison. It looks like we're now at part 3 called post-lab assessment. Number 1. Why is sorting prerequisite for efficient searching? Sorting is often a prerequisite for efficient searching because it transforms data into an ordered structure, allowing algorithms to eliminate large portions of the search space quickly. Number 2. Which sorting algorithm uses a pivot? Quicksort is a divide and conquer sorting algorithm that works by selecting a pivot element and partitioning the array into the following. Element is greater than the pivot and then it recursively sorts the two partitions. Number 3. How does shell sort improve exhaustion sort? Shell sort improves insertion sort by allowing elements to move long distances early in the sorting process. Something regular exhaustion sort is very bad at that dramatically reduces the total number of shifts needed. Number 4. Give one real-world example where sorting and searching are used together. Contacts app on the smartphone. How sorting plus searching work together. Your contacts is sorted and alphabetical order sorted. For example, Alice, Ben, Carla, David, Emma, etc. Number 2. When you use the search bar to type a name, the phone performs a fast search, like a binary search for prefix search, though the sorted list. Number 5. What did you learn from comparing these algorithms? Comparing these algorithms teaches us like the following. 1. Choose algorithms based on data sizes and characteristics. Number 2. Efficient searching depends on certain data. And then number 3. Divide and conquer yields big performance gains. Number 4. There's always a trade-off between speed, memory, and simplicity. And the number 5. Knowing complexities helps predict performance. And that is it. Thank you so much for listening.